Scene changes to the roof. Big Jim and Gail come through the roof access door, waiting for something to appear.
We did it! Big Jim, honey, we're rich.
Ha ha ha! As soon as our transport gets there, we take the diamonds, then it's off to South America. Tex, are you reading me? We're on the roof. Where are you? Over.
I am right over the theater. I see you two on the roof. I'll be landing Eagle Eye 1 to pick you both up in just a few minutes. Over.
There's a helicopter. I see it. We're almost home free.
Yeah, the coppers are blocking the roads, watching the airports, train stations, and bus terminals for us, while we're gonna be flying in a private helicopter heading to Cuba with $10 million in diamonds.
The best part, while we're living it up, Ryan will be getting blamed for our crime. He never should have tried to hold me back.
The chopper's landing. Nothing can hold us back now. Let's go, Dollface.
When running for the whirlybird, Gail stops and says,
What about the rest of the gang, sweetie? They're not here yet. If we leave them, how did they escape?
That's their headache.
They were loyal to us. Sure, planting enough diamonds in Ryan's room to get the cops to arrest him is fine. He deserves it, but the others are our friends.
As our friends, they would want you to build your studio and become a success. Then they would not want you to sit around here, possibly getting busted by the cops just because they were late. Now, would they?
You're right. Let's hop abroad.
the door of the chopper slides open. Seated inside is a young Tom Selleck lookalike with baseball cap and mirrored glasses. He's signaling for our psychotic pair to enter.
Okay, little lady, step right up. Your chariot awaits.
Here, take the gems. Let me help you into the chopper.
Just as the gangster gets his gun maul into the chopper, the doors suddenly slam shut, leaving the surprised rat on the outside looking in.
Hey, this ain't funny, Gale. Let me in.
Thanks to this Veritas EMP control box, they can't.
At the sound of Ryan's confident voice, Big Jim whirls. The hatred on his face is smoldering like the business end of a white, hot branding iron.
You did this, Ryan. Why, I'm not surprised you'd stab your old gang in the back again.
Come off it, Jim. You were about to jump in the helicopter and leave with the loot. That would have left me and the whole gang in the lurch.
But me and Gale are in the clear.
And how long until it whittles down to just you, huh?
About 10 miles out over the ocean. Then both Gale and Tex would have gotten a swimming lesson. I don't have to explain it to you, do I? I mean, you know all about betraying your buddies, right?
I told you before, I don't know how the cops tumbled on our last job. But I took the fall alone, didn't I? Plus, I didn't rat you guys out when I was in jail. And you know that would have benefited me. Big time. So what does that tell you?
Tells me you're a soft-hearted sap who should have never run our mob in the first place.
Having said that, Big Jim Thompson stares at Ryan from across the room and reaches out with his left hand.
Hand over that little gizmo.
Ha! You'll have to come and get it.
I thought you'd never ask.
Ryan tucks the device into his waistband, getting into a fighting stance. Big Jim charges at Ryan from across the rain-slick roof, kicking up water as he comes. Ryan dodges left. Jim slides right past him. Thompson then approaches more slowly. As he closes in on the wiry young producer, Ryan realizes just how he got the moniker Big Jim.
Jim must be about 6'5", 300 pounds nowadays. He's towering over me. On the bright side, it makes his midsection easier to hit.
Ryan throws a beautiful combo right into his breadbasket. The 3 perfectly placed punches do absolutely nothing to the big mook. He then grabs Ryan in his 2 massive meat hooks, lifts him off the roof, and tosses him about 3 feet into a wall.
Ooh, good toss. But you better be careful. If you break this EMP controller, you'll never get that chopper started.
Don't worry, pal. The only thing I'm gonna break is you.
Grabs for Ryan again, but the wily producer dodges the big lug. Thompson swings again. Ryan dodges to the right.
Strike 2, big guy.
This time Ryan's flashing fist connects on Jim's gut with a little more gusto, doubling the big ape over.
Too slow, Jimbo.
Ryan follows it up with a roundhouse kick to the jaw that knocks the oversized mug on his butt. Thompson spits a little blood as he slowly gets to his feet.
That's pretty good for a pint-sized punk like you, but when I get my hands on you, it's lights out.
And how do you intend to do that?
Like this.
The move distracts him enough that Big Jim slaps him into a full Nelson.
Now, Pipsqueak, this is where I break your scrawny light neck.
Ryan struggles against the massive pressure bearing down on his neck. Then he gets an idea. Ryan hooks his left foot behind Jim's ankle. Using the slippery roof surface to counteract Jim's leverage, Ryan kicks forward, causing Jim's leg to slide, and they both fall to the ground in a pile of arms and legs. Then, quick as a hiccup, Ryan lights up Big Jim with a right cross to the face, a left to the liver, a right to the gut, and a left to the jaw, knocking Thompson to the floor. Before the big thug can get up, Ryan drops an elbow on him, and then hits him with a Superman punch that would make old Roman Reigns proud.
Whoa! Enough. Enough already. You win. Just tell me one thing. We were friends once. What made you want to give that up?
Ryan reaches out and helps Big Jim up, not noticing how he's been maneuvered to the edge of the roof.
Jim, I never wanted to hurt any of you. In prison, I had a change of heart. I saw how we were destroying people and realized it was wrong. I made a change. I have a new life now. And if you decide to go straight, so can you. I'll be there to help you every step of the way. So what do you say?
Jim gets to his feet, puts his hands on a smiling Ryan's shoulders, saying,
That's a swell offer, pal. But there's just one problem with it. I'm rotten to the core.
Then he shoved Ryan off the roof.
Whoa.
Great job, Thompson. You really fooled that sucker, right? After all, who did the chump think he was talking to? You'd sell your own mother down the river for a C-note.
So long, sucker.
It just hit you, didn't it, Jimmy? Ryan had the control box in his waistband. Without him, you can't start the chopper. You can't get your money. And the cops are on the way. Beginning to sweat yet, Pally?
Darn it. I need that twerp. Guess I better go to the ledge so I can see if there's anything left of him.
Just as you turn toward the ledge, a very angry Ryan pulls himself back onto the roof. He has a fire in his eyes that you've never seen. To tell the truth, it makes you more than just a little bit nervous, right?
I just figured it out. It was you who stole the cops back then, wasn't it? I planned way too carefully for the cops to figure the caper out so quickly. We left no clues for the detectives on the case to follow. Only one thing could have made them point to me. It had to be someone from the gang that turned on us. And only one person other than me could have done it. It was you!
It's all true. It was me back then. But it hadn't happened. Like you never would have gone straight. You should have thanked me.
You're kind of right, huh? Well, thank you.
A fighting mad Ryan exclaims as he lands the uppercut of the century on Big Jim Thompson's jaw, knocking the big lug into the air and out like a light.
Oh.
After knocking out Jimbo in a way that would make Joe Palooka proud, Ryan puts his head down and his hands on his knees and just breathes.
It's a good thing Santa got me that personal trainer for Christmas, huh?
While our hero considers which martial arts to add to his training regimen, a round of applause comes up from the roof behind him.
Well done, Ryan.
Wow! You were fantastic, champ!
Right, excellent. Good job. Woo! All right.
To the chop show. Good show, Governor.
Look, Quigley, I caught his tooth. Ha ha!
I'm gonna have to start calling you the master of quack foo.
You know he can fire you, right?
It's okay, Shades. I'm sure that's a compliment in Jack's world.
The police have been phoned. They will be here soon.
Quigley is rounding up those bounders as a special gift for the Bobbies when they arrive.
I appreciate you guys. It's been quite a night. Whew.
Yeah, and you've got quite a right there, Slugger.
While Quigley secures these three, we have a party to finish.
Yes, and it's a cracking good party, too.
Indeed. Very well said.
When we get back, I'll break out the hostess and make our party complete.
You do that. Sounds delightful.
Best not to encourage him, boss.